Hey, yeah, I want to speak on this Charlie Kirk guy. Uh, First of all, let me just say that I'm a God-fearing man, so I don't glorify anybody being murdered, assassinated, beat down, drugged down the streets, hung. I don't support none of that. So at the end of the day, we all have a side that we have to pick, regardless. Um, Whether it's Democratic or Republican, liberal, and all these different names of, stuff that I really don't pay attention to, because I look at a person for who they are and what they bring to the table. Knowledge is the main key. But I was been looking at a whole bunch of videos and things like that. I was watching Charlie Kirk in the midst of all this. I didn't sit and watch, back to back episodes, but I would dib and dab a little bit and listen to him. And the guy was a eye opener to me for the Word of God, and everything else I really didn't listen to be honest. Because one thing about when you telling the Word of God to a liberal person, they're gonna downplay it. If you're talking about the Word of God to the Republicans, they're going to talk down about it, right? If you're talking to the Democratic, they're going to have something negative down to play by it. Because everybody used the Word of God, the Bible, in their preference of when they feel that they're in the right. So Charlie Kirk, he didn't do nothing wrong. He was just being a human being just trying to push his belief, definitely of God, but into certain segments that I already know God, but still doing wrongful things in today's society and the world, and they don't want it to be brought upon to their face. Yeah, that's all. That's all Charlie was doing. He was just bringing it to people's faces, and because I seen Charlie in a blue tie, which represent Democratic. I've seen him in a red tie, which represent Republican. And I've seen him in multicolored ties. If you go back and you actually look at who this person really was, and so that's the thing that I do, me personally, because that's how I judge people that's in my face or on the television and news and things like that. That's what I judge them by, their character. I don't judge them by other people judging them. I get my own take on a person. And that's what I suggest a lot of people should do. Go back, and I'm not saying that he didn't say no nasty things. I'm not saying that he was one-sided. He was different-sided. I mean, he was here, he was there, he was over there, he was back over here. So sometimes playing both sides, all sides of the field, somebody's going to get upset in the midst of that. So, but if you one of the people that's out there saying Charlie Kirk got what he deserved, I got a problem with you. You know what I'm saying? And the reason for that is because I don't believe no one should talk about somebody being murdered or dying in cold blood on the national television here in America. You know what I mean? If we was overseas and things like that, maybe that's fine. But we're in America, man. And our American people are falling for the bullshit. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Until we get our shit together as Americans, because right now as Americans, we are not together. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck what you believe in. I don't give a fuck about no liberal. I don't give a fuck about no Democratic. I don't give a fuck about no Republican. When we start speaking of the word of God, which was that we all know about, but some choose not to know about, that's fine. But at the same time, if you orchestrating and delivering violence to an American citizen, and this is to any country, that's my belief. It shouldn't go on, but it do. But I'm not standing with you with that nonsense on me sitting there hip hop or ran because somebody died. Because when George Floyd died, I didn't see people hip-hopping or ranting about him dying. When a lot of black children and Hispanic children that was dying and things like that. I ain't heard one person get up and clap about it and have fun. So we don't have to play that part. You know what I'm saying? That part we don't have to play. You can play it. That's your business. You can play it. But just know what you bring into the table. Just know what you bring into the table. There was teachers and things like that that's getting fired because they got on social media and said what they felt out of their emotions, and still not represent that you want to go in this classroom and teach children. You can't do that. You can't speak terroristic in America and think that you can go work in the school. You can't. So I don't indulge on people losing their jobs, but I do indulge on punishment. Now, them losing their job, now we need teachers, and if they don't have no bad write-ups and things like that prior to this, let them go back to school and teach. They deserve a warning. That's fine. You just don't strip a person from their belief system and what they feel that they want to say, because it's a freedom of speech. Now, where you say your freedom of speech is, there's consequences. There's consequences. Yeah. Go in the hood and speak bad about a black person getting murdered by the police. Go see. Now go stand over there in the liberal crowd and talk about boys on boys and girls on girls, that you're against it. Watch how fast they do something to you. Go over to the Republican Party and say something against Trump and administratives and things like that. Go over to the Democratic Party and say something bad about Obama or Biden and all them. You see what I'm saying? Everything is mixed up. Everybody is divided. One thing we keep forgetting, we all are Americans. We are Americans. We are. But the thing is, we just got to come together. Just all bullshit aside. Until then, this was going to keep happening. So, anytime, like when Malcolm X was murdered, when Martin Luther King was murdered, when Kennedy was murdered, was assassinated. Murder, assassination, however you want to put it. They lost their life. They was unalived. Right? So, there was people that was happy that these people were murdered, because they was delivering worldly thoughts and worldly things that they have witnessed, and they delivering it out to the public. So government don't like that. Republicans don't like that. Democrats don't like that. Liberals don't like that. The hood don't like that. So it's the moral to the story is we got to come together. Something got to break. It's got to break. Until then, hey, we just going to keep moving forward. Well, I'm going to say backwards anyway. But the plan is to move forward. So with that being said, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. You didn't deserve what you got. You didn't deserve it. Just like every other person that was assassinated and lost their lives. They didn't deserve it. It could have been talked about. But our words hurt people so bad, because when you're telling the truth and you throwing the word of God to condemn them, man, long as I'm saying, oh, you ain't this, you ain't that, you ain't this, you ain't that, that's fine. But the minute I go in there and pull that word out and condemn them with those words that come out the Bible, it's a whole different meaning. Whole different meaning. Because you pierce that soul of others. And people don't like their soul being pierced. So, peace. Y'all enjoy. I'm out.